God was the last thing on my mind. I didn't want help, I didn't want church, I was done.
At this point, there was no hiding the addiction, and she came in a wreck in church.
I'm officially homeless. Car, no job, I'd lost everything. I literally took royalty checks from this song and bought crack with it. Like, how do you come back from that?
Were your parents alive during that time?
Want the full story? Keep watching and be sure to like, subscribe, and join the conversation in the comments. We want to hear from you.
Well, born into a close-knit ministry family, these three siblings have been making music together and individually for decades, and the recent endeavor has brought them back in touch with their musical roots. Here to sing Ain't No Grave, please welcome my dear friends, the Binions.
Oh, shame is a prison as cruel as the grave. Shame is a robber, and he's come to take my name. Oh, love is my redeemer, lifting me up from the ground. Love is the power where my freedom song is found. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, I'm gonna rise up out of the ground. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. Oh, fear is a liar with a smooth and velvet tongue. Fear is a tyrant, he's always telling me to run. Oh, love is a resurrection, and love is a trumpet sound. Oh, love is my weapon, I'm gonna take my giants down. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, I'm gonna rise up out of the ground. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down.
Oh, there was a battle, a war between death and life. And there on a tree, the Lamb of God was crucified. Well, he went on down to hell, and he took back every key. He rose up like a lion to set those captives free.
Gonna hold my body down. There ain't no grave gonna
Well, their latest album, Roots, is a powerful celebration of the music they were raised with and the faith-filled songs they've written over a decades-long journey in ministry. It's a great retrospective of their career, and today they're here to tell us the story behind it. But before we get to that, Dorothy Newton.
Oh, it's going to be a great show.
You like that?
I love it. I love
Okay.
the family, and one of them is hilarious.
Rachel Ann Brown.
We sure do love this family, and man, what an incredible, rich legacy of creating music. A lot of even their children have now gone on to just do amazing things, and so I love seeing like the band get back together and just
I love that.
the music that's coming from them.
So, David, I know that you all have had a lot of loss over the last 5 years. How difficult has that been for you?
You know, when you, of course, it's difficult. Grief is a real thing, and it's okay to grieve. But when Mom and Dad were walking through their struggles, it felt more a relief that they weren't suffering anymore. And so just be able to rejoice that they're with the one that we've lived for, that they've raised us to believe and worship. So it was kind of, I didn't find myself hiding away, sobbing because Mom and Dad were gone, because I knew they were ever present with the Lord. And
We'll get to you in a minute. But you love them, but you also could see that by them graduating to heaven, there would be no more pain.
Right. And so I celebrated that.
Yeah.
It was harder to lose my brothers, I think, than even my parents. I think that's kind of the normal progression in life, of course.
Yeah.
I know people that have lost their children, and that's just so out of order for that to happen. So, but when I lost Jimmy and then Gary, it was just a weird dynamic I think probably it makes you think, okay, we're getting older.
It's true.
It was hitting close to home.
Yeah.
In fact, the last funeral we went to, Lisa was cutting up saying, "You're going to be next, Bobby."
Next.
No, I'm not going. I refuse to go.
So let's talk about you, Bobby, one of the greatest losses.
Oh.
We loved her around here so much. But your wife, Michelle.
For me, it's a loss, my personal loss, but to me, it's a gift I got to give her back. In fact, on our 40th anniversary, we were in South Texas, and she got diagnosed with cancer. So they didn't want to do anything to her. They said that she would bleed out on the table. So they gave her enough medicine to get her home to where she wouldn't bleed out. So when we got home, we started making plans to go see Dr. Contreras. And when he saw her, he said, no, I said, she's not going to bleed out. I said, we're going to get that out. And he got 99.9% of it out.
Yeah.
And then
she lived.
For another year, yeah.
Which was
Healthy
miraculous.
and very miraculous. And then we was still, because, and that to me, I cherished the last year that I had with her more than I did before, because we still got to go walk together. We still got to pray together. And every time I would see her in worship, I knew that she was seeing him closer than she'd ever seen him.
Yeah. Michelle might have been one of the sweetest persons that walked the earth.
Yeah, she was.
So precious.
And I dealt with it a little differently than I think women do. It's more emotional. And so there was a time, it was a few weeks after Michelle had passed, and Bobby came to me one night and he said, do you know any guys in Nashville that could produce a solo project for me? And I said, sure, because I'd lived there. We'd all lived there several times. And so that night I went to bed, and it felt like, I'd already gone to sleep, but it felt like something just punched me in the chest and woke me up. And when I woke up, all I could think about was this conversation we had. And I got up and went into his bedroom. I said, Bobby, you're not supposed to do a solo record right now. Bobby. I'm like, I don't know why, but I feel like to honor not just Michelle, but Mom and Dad and our brothers, how we grew up. To go, it's not even the kind of music that any of us do now. But out of love, out of respect of how they brought us up,
Yeah.
I said, let's go back and do what we did as
So
kids.
you got Bobby on board. Tell me.
Got Bobby on board. Well, his first thing was, oh, David won't do that. He's too busy. I said, oh, yeah, he will. And he was more excited about it than I was.
What did you think when she came to you and told you about this idea?
I was like, absolutely, without hesitation. Why not?
Because they love me so much.
I was so excited to do this. I immediately went into producer mode. Okay,
Planning.
what songs should we do?
Yeah.
What, how are we going to do this?
You
Gotta make sure I don't
produced
get
one
it
of
too
my
high
first
for Lisa.
albums.
Yeah.
Yes,
Psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs. Remember?
I remember. You recorded several of my songs.
Yes, I did.
Was it healing for you guys, like going back to your roots and doing that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
I think Lisa mentioned it best. There was such a joy in the studio. There was no pressure. We didn't have any people telling us what to sing or how to sing it, or So we just had fun with it, and in fact, even Gary, before Gary passed, he came.
He was there
in the
for our
studio
first
with us.
session, so that was the last thing that we did together with Gary before he passed.
Wow.
The year before he died.
So, Bobby, did you immediately say yes, or did you need time to think about it when she woke you up?
I was. In fact, I'd been laying in bed thinking of the songs that I was going to put on an album.
Okay.
And then she came in, because she never comes into my room. But she knocked on the door and she says, "Are you awake?" I said, "Yeah, I'm awake. I'm sitting here singing songs to myself." She says, "Well, I just talked to David. I sent him a text." So from then, it just snowballed into what it is now.
What about your upbringing? Tell us about it.
I don't have a memory in my life when I wasn't aware of the presence of God. I remember sitting in church on my dad's lap, his little chubby leg, and weeping at the presence of God in the room, when someone get healed, or just an awareness that God was there, or listening to my mom and dad pray at home. And then as kids, mom and dad said, okay, you guys are memorizing chapters of the Bible. And it started with like Psalm 1, Psalm 100, Psalm 150, Psalm 23. Then we went to Isaiah 53, that's 12 verses. And then we had John 14, that was like 50-something verses. And it was, I discovered later in life when I've started pastoring people that someone would come for, just with a burden, and they're sharing their story, and one of the scriptures would come rising up, and I would able
I do the same
to declare the word of God over a situation, and you would feel it cut like a sword and pierce right into the problem and lift people. So
I love that they put that into us.
Yeah.
I was like, when you least expect it, when you need it, there are times that I'll even be hearing guests sometime on the different shows that we do, and they'll give a scripture, and it just, oh my God, that's the one Mom forced us to remember. And
So when you get squeezed, whatever comes out is what's inside.
Yeah, but as children, there's something that happens that it planted so deep, it just stays with you.
Yeah.
It really does. Well, I know they're going to do another song you're going to love. That's my favorite song, actually. We recorded it, but tell us the background behind.
I had a lot of trauma as a small child. And so for years growing up in ministry, I just could not put it together how I'm seeing God heal people everywhere we went when we traveled. Yet I was suffering emotionally and mentally, and just battled depression for years until I became a drug addict for many years. And I remember it was at the very beginning of the drug addiction. I was still hiding some of this, and I would get on the plane with David, and we would fly and go somewhere. And on the plane going to Phoenix, I wrote the chorus to this song. And I remember showing it to him, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, that's nice." And if I thought David didn't like a song, then I thought, well, it must not be very good, because he was my hero when it comes to songwriting. So I just put it in a drawer, and it sat there for a couple of years.
Wow.
And he came back to me again when the choir at our church was doing a project. He goes, "Do you have anything new?" So I pulled this out, and when I showed it to him again, he goes, "Where did that come from?" I said, "Dude, I showed it to you like a couple of years ago." So he wrote the verse to this song. Just that in itself.
I wrote the verse when Lisa came in, and at this point, there was no hiding the addiction. And she came in a wreck in church. And I remember seeing her, and the presence of God was beautiful in the service that night. And I just started writing. When I came into this room, my heart was heavy. I saw her, and I wrote her. And then together we wrote the bridge.
Share some of those.
When I came into this room, my heart was heavy. I struggled just to make it through the day. Suddenly, I felt a holy reverence, and the pain inside began to slip away. Right away, I knew that something happened, reflected on expressions on each face. Taken by surprise, I felt his presence, and I knew that this must be a holy place. There is healing in this house.
He was prophesying because at that point I had not experienced.
No, you were prophetically speaking and declaring over her.
And that's exactly what happened to me.
So had you surrendered at that point?
No.
Or you still was
No.
in the, oh, okay.
No.
She was high when she wrote the chorus.
Yeah, I was getting high and...
Okay, so tell the moment kind of your surrender.
Well, this surrender, it was a long drug addiction that went from bad to worse.
From that point, probably a couple more years.
Oh, yeah, even more than that, probably. I remember even telling him when I first wrote the chorus, I said, you know, this song sounds like somebody should do it on Benny Hinn because he's got a healing ministry. That was literally what came out of my mouth. And I kid you not, 10 years later, I'm officially homeless. No car, no home, no job. I'd lost everything because it got so bad. It went from bad to worse. I ended up...
And you've used up all the family mercy.
Yes, yes. And honestly, I was done with God.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go back to God. I didn't want help because I thought, I literally took royalty checks from this song and bought crack with it. Like, how do you come back from that? Isn't that a line? Like the church we grew up in, if you cross a line, that's it, you know? And that's just what I was told. That's what I believed. And, but it was crazy how God came and broke all those churches' rules.
So what happened?
So I had been up for 7 days smoking crack. I called a friend of ours. It was David Nicole's nanny, the only girl in that church that would have a thing to do with me. I called her, and I said, I've been up 7 days. Can I just come there and sleep? And she was leaving town. And
with us. She was
with
on the road
them.
with us.
Which was a miracle in itself. Who's going to let a crackhead in their apartment when they're out of town? But she said, if you don't bring anyone with you, I'll leave a key under the mat. You can come here, sleep, eat whatever's here, shower, and then leave things the way you found them. I said, fine. I go into this apartment. I had a drug dealer drop me off at 4 in the morning. I go in, and I'm so high. I could not calm down, so I turned the TV on. And wouldn't you know, it's on a Christian TV network. So I turn it on, and it's on Benny Hinn. And I'm like, oh, I'm not watching this. And I grabbed the TV controller, and when I grabbed the controller, I saw Karen Wheaton, our friend.
Yeah.
You and Karen are very good friends.
Yeah.
I saw Karen walking across Benny's platform, and she started singing, When I came into this room, my heart was heavy. She starts singing the song that I wrote.
Wow.
And that moment, I felt such guilt and shame. I turned the TV off, and the second I did, I started hearing voices telling me to kill myself. Mm-hmm. And I had been close to being suicidal different times in my drug addiction, but this night, I felt the shame of the heaviness of that. And I got up to do it. I didn't care anymore. God was the last thing on my mind. I didn't want help. I didn't want church. I was done. Been in ministry all my life. I was done. There's no hope for somebody like me. When I took that first step, do you feel me touch your arm? That's what I felt, like somebody physically came from behind me and grabbed me. And for a split second, I thought, I'm hallucinating. And when I turned to look and saw there's nobody there, I suddenly remembered the moments I had in God's presence growing up. And I recognized it was the presence of God. It melted me to the floor. I laid there for hours just crying, and because it wouldn't let go. Whatever this was that had me would not release me.
Yeah.
It never did release me until I wanted to live again. And when I got up the next morning, the only person I could think to call, it wasn't a family member. I called Cindy Murdoch, of all people. And I knew she had issues in her life. She's gone through stuff in her life, and I'm like, if Cindy can go through some of the stuff
But not drugs.
No, nothing like that. No, nothing like that. But I thought, if Cindy can handle the things she's handled and
Family issues,
she can handle me. I was just going to go there for a weekend, and I ended up being there for 6 months. I lived with her, and I did a program there, and I stayed clean. And when I left, I traveled with Tommy Tenney for a couple of years, and he told me, Lisa, you've got to tell people what God's done for you.
Wow.
That's how you're made an overcomer, by the blood of the Lamb and the word of your testimony. I'd never spoke before in my life. I was always a musician and a singer.
And now we can't shut her up.
Now you can't shut me up.
So were your parents alive during that time?
Yes.
Yes, they were.
Yes.
So they got to see the end of it. We're out of time, and I know that you want to hear this song because I want to hear it. But you know what I love is the fact that some of you watching, you feel like you crossed the line, but you haven't. God loves you so much. And I want you to remember that no matter what you're going through, there is hope and healing.
Yes.
This album reminds us that there's power and freedom when we step into the presence of God.
Yes.
If you're watching today and you need prayer, call that number on your screen. We love to pray with you and encourage you. Well, I want to thank Bobby, David, and Lisa. 30-plus year friendship with these people. I love them dearly. Thank you for joining us. Oh, and be sure to go and check out their new album, The Binion Roots, available now. And as always, make sure to follow us on all social media. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can also listen to the Joni Table Talk podcast, available now on all the major platforms. Well, we couldn't leave the program without this last song. Y'all want to hear it?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yes.
You want to hear Healing in This House?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for
Love you so
having us.
much.
Love you, Joni.
And the project's called
Roots.
Roots.
Roots. All right, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
When I came into this room, my heart was heavy. I struggled just to make it through the day. Suddenly I felt a holy reverence, and the pain inside began to slip away. Right away I knew that something happened, reflected in expressions on each face. Taken by surprise, I felt his presence. Yes, I did. And I knew that this must be a holy place. There is healing in this house. Healing in this house. Manifested peace to calm troubled hearts with healing balm. There is healing in this house. for troubled time, healing for your soul, healing for your mind. If you're heavy laden, there is peace for troubled time, healing for your soul, healing for your mind. If you're heavy laden, there is peace for troubled time. There is healing in this house, restoration in this place. There is mercy, there is grace. Though you're heavy laden, come, bring your burdens one by one. Leave them here where they belong. There is healing in this house.
Well, you know, there's always more to the story. If today's conversation stirred something in your heart, don't let it end here. Click on the next video to keep growing in faith and truth. And if you haven't yet subscribed, turn on the bell so you never miss a moment. Let's keep pressing in together.